actually in New Mexico. We were driving down the road, heading to Moab, Utah. In our last little journey that we shared with you, we basically got our septic tank in. We went did a little bit of four-wheel driving. Minnie was very good at the action she did. She didn't scratch the paint on my truck, so that counts. And on the way back home from the last trip, we got a message from the contractor, TPI Construction out in Grand Junction, Colorado, that they would not be building our building until October 2018. 3 days ago, I called up to make sure we're still on schedule for October 1st, and he surprisingly tells me that the concrete guy is going out there tomorrow, which was last Friday, to look the property over so they can lay the slab. And then he says, we should have your building done by the end of August. The TPI Construction has now moved up to the situation that we are now moving out there basically right now, which is July 27th or some shit like that. I don't even know what the fucking day is. It's a Sunday, I know that.
Yeah.
And come Tuesday, we will be breaking ground to put the foundation and the aprons on the property. Anybody that doesn't know what an apron is, that's basically the concrete slab outside your shop. It's a giant sidewalk in front of the shop and behind it. Yeah, it's a drive, yeah. The driveway. And possibly, maybe, we might be going four-wheeling with me, the body shop girl, in her 4x4 Jeep.
I'd really rather go to the powerhouse.
Okay, well, I don't know if we're going to the powerhouse.
It's a swimming hole.
But we are going to be going four-wheeling, of course. My friend Pete will be driving the Jeep.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that.
Oh, I do know about that.
No.
Alright, I'm going to let you drive on the easy stuff. I'll be driving the hard stuff. So, anyway, we're taking you on the journey all the way from Dallas, Texas to Moab.
It's happening, it's happening, it's happening.
I would like to say to everybody out there that's been following me for 12 years on YouTube and 10 years on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, thank you very much for all your support on this and, of course, everything else that's been going on. Let's check out the property to get that foundation laid, and hopefully it's all going to go smooth. We'll see you out there. Thanks for watching. Alright, we finally made it out to our property out here in Moab. We actually had our shop laid out to where we wanted it, and it was going to be somewhere in this area over here, but we have now changed our minds. We're going to put our shop in this area over here, somewhere in this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lay out just a couple corners of the building, so when they come out tomorrow to do the real snap line situation and the batter board and all this other stuff they're calling this, we'll have it basically where we want it. I don't like being rushed, okay? I'm gonna tell you that right now. And when these construction workers come out here, they want to rush because they want to get their shit done, get their fucking money, go down the road. That's why I got here a day early to do all this shit, so when they start rushing me, I don't get pissed off, because I don't want to fucking get pissed at these guys. I just want everything to go nice and smooth and easy. You need to take it all the way down there. All right, roll it out all the way down there and stretch it. You got your knife? Scissors, knife, what do you got? Okay, stretch it all the way out down there. So this is basically the front property line that we're staking off here. that we can use for a measuring device. This is our septic tank right here. And then our leach field goes out that way, like that. That's our gray box that we got the white pole on, the white post or whatever you want to call it. So our shop is going to be right here in this area. This is where the office is going to be, kind of right here. And we got to come 10 feet away from the septic tank. Looks like Minnie's having a little bit of a problem over there. Let's go see what's going on. You got it? You want me to walk her down there? All right, walk it down there. Stretch out. You got to get it.
Easier if I had a stick.
Well, we don't have a stick. Put your fingers in it. Walk backwards.
Okay, everybody. It's Tuesday morning, and we are out here with the contractor and the cement contractor so that we can get SWRNC DIY Auto School built and up and going. We're so excited. They're out here actually stringing line up for the outline of the building so that they can come in here, I guess this afternoon, and start digging and putting up the footers and whatever else it's called to get the foundation laid out so the inspectors can come inspect it, and then they can pour the concrete and we'll have a foundation. Yay! We're so excited.
Alright, we finally made it out here to Moab on our property. What they're doing here is they're pinning it. They call this pin. This is a pin. Look at all them holes. That's how they sew the ground up. See, they put the pin in there and thread it all together. See what I'm saying? So what they're doing right here, they're pinning out the property. Actually the shop. So if you look at the picture right here, what we got, here's our building right here. And the corner where we're standing on is this corner over here. Right there. So what he's doing is he's going to make one big square and then he'll come back and do the rest of it. Okay, watch out. And then after they do that, what they'll do is they call it a batter board. Is that what they call it? Batter board.
Let's check it right here first, Chris.
Okay, we don't want to bother them too much because this is a precise action going on. This is where they actually square everything up and get it all in line.
Swing it that way a bunch if you're not square. Yeah, keep going.
So they're basically hand laying it out to square it out by eyeball first. And then once they do that, then they'll come back and get all the corners. Now they're also adding, they're not adding the apron here, but there's an apron up at the front there because we got the office going there, and they're adding that. So that's basically what's going on. Alright, so what they're doing now is they finally pinned out all the property now. They basically eyeballed it and measured it out where the building's going to go. And then what they're doing now is they are lasering and inspecting to make sure that the property is higher than the road, because they said they don't want the building lower than the road, because if it goes lower than the road, we're going to have serious problems later on. So, yeah. What's that called when they're using that tram gauge?
I don't know, but they're checking elevation.
Yeah, elevation checking. That's what I said.
Yeah.
They said that it's a 2-foot difference from where they're at right there to the road. Now, I don't know if that means higher or lower.
I don't know.
Hopefully it's higher.
Well, probably lower, but they're going to build it up because it's got to be.
Have to.
It's got to be higher than that.
Yeah, I told him I wanted all the extra dirt out here. He knows exactly what I want. So, what the real deal is, we don't want to go over there bothering them, asking stupid questions like we got a thumbs up our asses. We just need to let them do their job. That's it. Yeah, so we did talk to them. We won't be here when they pour the concrete, but we will come out here and check it out when they do afterwards. They won't be pouring the concrete for possibly, when did they say, a week and a half? Something like that. So we can't stay out here that long because plumber Mitch is going to come out here and rough all the plumbing in. And yeah, shit like that.
We gotta be home to work so we can be back here.
So we'll be back on the situation after the concrete's poured. I wanted to be out here when they poured the concrete, but that's not going to happen. Not today.
We wanted to put our initials in it.
We might have to use a grinder.
Okay, we could still do it.
All right, so
Check,
we'll be back.
Check it out. Check it out. Building permit. Woo-hoo.
I'm actually back because we've run into some serious problems. My property where they're going to put the shop is actually 21 inches below the road level. And what that means is that they will have to put in 374 tons of 374 yards of dirt in there to actually raise the shop up 6 inches above the street. Because if it rains out here, of course you can see this building here is way up, and if it rains it's going to wash out my shop and fill my driveway with fucking water, and we definitely don't want that. So now what they're doing out there is they are actually trying to figure out how they can get away without adding $7,000 worth of dirt and $7,000 worth of fucking labor to put all this together, because that'll be $14,000 more to do that job. We've been up in Moab for several days now, and we aren't going to be able to stay to see the concrete poured. So we got to get back to Dallas, Texas, and do what we got to do. All right, buddy. So what we got going here is they're getting ready to pour the foundation, and they're doing a pretty damn good job of it. You can kind of basically see what's going on here. We got the layout going. We got Mitch the plumber over here. Let's go get a few words with him and see what's going on with our plumbing that Mitch has put in the ground. Hopefully he's doing a good job and he's doing it right and not slopping it in, or it's gonna leak later. What's up, dude? What's going on?
Pete,
Doing all right?
getting high on some fumes.
Getting high on the fumes. Rocky Mountain high or Moab high?
Moab high.
I hear you, dude. How are we looking on the plumbing, bud?
Oh, it's
So what are we doing right here? This is just rough in?
yes sir, sub slab.
Sub slab rough in.
Sub slab rough.
And this is drain, right? That's going over the septic
This is
tank?
drain, waste and vent.
Now when you do that, do you gotta put a drop on it?
Yes.
It's gotta drop like 1/8 inch for everything.
Quarter inch per foot.
1/4 inch per foot.
Foot,
All right.
yeah. That's what my little level here.
All right, so what's all this over here, Mitch? That hole in the
Oh,
ground.
that's for your water line.
That's the wall. Now you gotta trench that or what?
Yeah, we'll trench that in later after the pour.
Oh, okay, I
We
see.
got 300 feet of that blue pipe over there.
Right. And then what?
From here.
So that's the water line there?
Sure, yeah. It's called pure
All right.
water.
All right, dude, it looks like you did a good job, so that'll be our waste.
You know, the funny thing is you won't know that whether I did a good job or a bad job,
Because it's gonna be hidden.
because the check will be cashed and the floor will be poured and I'll be gone.
Gee, thanks a lot. But you know what? I still got that 50 Ford sitting at my shop. Yeah, you forgot about that, didn't you, bro? All right, here's our septic tank hookup. This is where Mitch is gonna hook. Is this where you're hooking it right here, Mitch?
Yes, sir.
So you're gonna get rid of this pipe.
Yes, sir. That's just so we can find it.
That was just so we can find it. Got it, dude. All right, we'll see you later, man. I gotta get down the road. Minnie's a little ticked off. She wants to go.
Yes, it's hot out.
I'll call you later.
Damn.
So we're gonna come back out here in about 3 weeks, possibly a month, and they're gonna be building our shop, and we'll have concrete. So everything's looking pretty good, and I'm excited. I really, really am. It's been an exciting week this week. We did some extreme four-wheel driving. Minnie went four-wheel driving. Minnie drove. I drove. We saw our shop being built, which is awesome. And everything is working out great. Now, we did have one little problem, but Jared, the concrete guy, said that it'll all work out. And what the problem is that the road is higher than my lot. I mean, you can basically see that. So we're gonna have to do some dirt work when we get out here. Hopefully it's not gonna be that bad, and everything will work out, hopefully. All right, I guess we're heading out. There's nothing else we can do. Mitch is here, he's doing the plumbing. It looks pretty good.
Yep.
We'll go down there to the city and let them know that they're probably gonna be calling them in a day or so to get that done. The foundation's gonna be poured, and when we come back out here in about, what, 3 weeks, a month?
Yep.
We should be seeing the building going up.
Oh, it should be about 3 weeks. They're delivering the building on the 20th.
Yeah, that's what they said. We don't know, but that was the word. Okay.
And then it's only going to take them a few days to build the building?
No, it's going to take them about a week and a half, baby.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
Okay.
About a week to 2 weeks to build, so. All right, there you go.
Exciting.
I think we need to head down the road, get back to SWRC. We got a lot of work to do.
We got a lot of shit to do.
A lot of stuff to do. Because guess what? We need to get DIY Auto School open. Right there in Moab, Utah. Look, you already put Moab out. There you go. There you go. Moab, Utah, DIY Auto School.
See y'all there.
You can see where we're at. We are actually at Home Depot. What's up, buddy? How you doing? We're at Home Depot in Flagstaff, Arizona. Flagstaff, Arizona. I want to show you what the fuck's going on here, because when I tell you what's going on, you're either going to do two things. You're going to laugh your fucking ass off, or your jaw's going to drop, because it's such a ridiculous situation that yeah, that's all I can fucking say about it. We just had to go buy a shitload of fucking tools for some plumbing work that wasn't completed. So we went ahead and bought this. It's got all these multi-fucking electric tools in it. We got some 2-inch pipe here. We got some adapters. And in here we got all our little rubber boots and connectors and all our shit. And if you're a plumber out there, you possibly know what this is for. When the plumbing was put in, we were supposed to do a test on the plumbing when they went and inspected it. Well, it wasn't ever fucking done. The air test wasn't put on the plumbing, and also a water test wasn't put on. So you can either do one of two. You can either do the water test, where you take a 10-foot pipe and then you fill the whole system up with water, and then they check it out, and if it doesn't leak, everything's great, which that's what we're gonna do. Or you can do an air bladder test with an air gauge, and you hook it up to the system, and blah, 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 and if it holds air, so many pounds, this, that, and the other for so fucking long, and then you're all right. Now, this is where I'm at. I'm in fucking Flagstaff. I'm in Flagstaff, Arizona right now. We just got, how much was all that shit? $700 fucking for all that crap. Now, am I gonna use all that? No. Okay, whatever I don't use, I'll be bringing back. But it just cost me $700, and we were actually 2/3 of the way back home when I found all this out. So we went ahead and turned around and are now heading back to Moab, Utah to do a fucking water test. And what do you think today is? Today is Friday night. We gotta stay out in Moab all the way until fucking Monday. If I gotta stay that long, I might as well go ahead and stay the whole duration until they pour the concrete. What do you think of that idea? You got any answers to this? It's fucking ridiculous. We need to get over to Moab and get that shit busted out tomorrow with our $700 worth of shit we just had to fucking buy. And wait around until, I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up with water, and then we'll just wait around. You know, what are we gonna do? We're gonna wait around. Wait around, fuck off, sit on our asses, twiddle our thumbs for 2 fucking days, and hopefully it'll pass inspection so we can fucking go home and go back to fucking work. Hopefully. Okay, so what we got here, look, we had to get the multi-tool pack, which consists of a sawzall, circular saw. Let's see, what else we got? We got the 1/2-inch drill. Look what we got here. And then we also got a couple other bullshit tools. I guess a flashlight. What is this? Okay, an impact. And wow, they give you a flashlight. All right. So we had to buy this kit, which costs $400 because we're out in the middle of fucking nowhere and we don't have no electricity, as you can see. So you can see over here, come on over here, when the plumbing was put in and I was told to go home that everything would be taken care of. So he laid all the plumbing out. Now, this is a little bit skeptical to me. You want to come over here a minute? The way that I had my bathroom laid out is I had the toilet here, I wanted the shower over there, and the sink in that corner. Do you remember that? So what he's got here is he's got the toilet, there's the sink, and then that's supposed to be the shower over there. Now, I don't know how all that's gonna fucking fit, and then of course he put a drain in the floor, so if it floods out. And then he says we're gonna put the hot water heater over in this area. Now, I should have stayed here all fucking day, all right, but I didn't do it.
Well, now, okay, hang on. If the toilet's facing this away and the sink's on the wall.
No, I think the toilet's gonna be facing that way. And then you got a sink right there, which will not be the utility sink that you wanted. As you can see, it's gonna be a little bullshit sink. And then the shower goes in, is supposed to be in that corner over there. Now, how the fuck all this is gonna line up, I don't know. But I'm hoping I don't have to break any concrete out to fucking redo shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't forget, this is 6-inch thick concrete that we're gonna be pouring in here. And then of course you got your mono slab right here. So back to the story, he got the plumbing in, then he came over here and he ran it up to this wall. Right there. He ran it over to that wall and dead end into it. So there's, the only way to test that is with an air pressure device, which I don't have because I'm not gonna go buy all that shit and I don't know how to fucking use it. So the next best thing is that we gotta make a 10-foot water reservoir device that will hold water inside it. So yeah, I talked to the concrete guy, Jared, and I have to pay him $75 for one of these fucking panels because I got to cut a hole in it right here. Got to cut a hole in it so we can get to the pipe to hook up all this fucking mechanism that we're gonna build. And we got a toilet, a sink, and a shower, but I don't see a vent. Am I missing something here?
I don't know.
I sure hope not. Because I don't see no fucking vent anywhere. But then on the other hand, who am I? I ain't a fucking plumber. And, you know, nobody wants me around when they're doing shit, okay?
Alright, don't start.
We're out in fucking Phoenix, Arizona with this shit.
Don't start.
Coming all the way back over here on a fucking...
Let's just get it fucking done, okay?
Now, let's show everybody the rest of it. To cut through this, I have to cut through this metal beam here. There's actually one down there, and that fucking pipe runs right into the center of the fucking metal beam. So who knows if it's gonna cut? Bought 2 fucking metal blades, 2 wood blades. We just fucking ruined one metal blade. let's go ahead and add the other blight to it. We're gonna cut this fucking hole out, and then we're gonna go ahead and hook all this shit up, and I'm gonna show you exactly what we need to do. What a fucking bitch. Fucking ridiculous. So approximately a day's worth of labor. You can see we got all the pipes capped off, and then what we did, we filled the pipes up with water. But if you're a plumber, you know that we basically got it ass backwards. Here's where I'm taking the lid off of the pipe to see if it's full. Yes, it is full. But that's not really the way that this testing should be done. I'm crawling back out of the hole here to go up to look at our pipe. Now what we did, we went ahead and put this pipe onto, you can see that long extension pipe, and then we filled it up with water because that's the way that we thought we were supposed to do it. We thought we were supposed to fill this thing up with water, and Minnie filled it up, as you can see. But we thought that that thing was supposed to be filled up with water, and then you just leave it like that, and if there's any leaks in it, that it would show up. But as you can see, the inspector shows up, and there's our buddy Dennis, which sat there and argued with me and told me 10 times, you got it wrong, you better fix it. Dennis is in the black t-shirt with a hat, of course, and I was arguing with him saying, no, this is how we're supposed to do it. Well, it turned out what the inspector's doing here is he's actually looking at the pipe saying, you're not supposed to do it that way. That pipe's supposed to be up in the air 10 feet, and you're supposed to fill it with water, and that will put pressure on the pipes, which will force out air. So Dennis was actually right. And I felt pretty much like a complete jackass when the inspector showed up. Now, the inspector himself was actually a very, very nice guy. I was very, very shocked about the whole situation. He helped us through the whole thing. And in a minute here, you're going to see where he actually picks up a tool and actually helps us rig this thing up so we can test it the proper way. Dennis here is walking away in disgust, saying, I told you so, I told you so, and I don't blame him. I should have listened to him, but I didn't. Good old Moab Dennis, guy that he is, the neighbor down the street. Minnie decides to take the pipe. He told us, go ahead and take that big long pipe off, hook it up to that pipe up there. We'll cap this one off, and then we'll fill it all with water. Of course, here's dumbass me walking around with a hose in my hand, wondering where I'm going to put this. Now, let me tell you about the inspector situation. Most inspectors would say, that's wrong, this is how you got to do it, figure it out, I'll be back. This inspector over here in Moab, you can see where he's actually helping Minnie hook everything up and getting it all prepared. But he told us, he goes, look, I got about 20 minutes. Why don't you go ahead and hook it all up? I'll just wait around. It won't take you long. And he's asking her for the tool, and he's even getting involved in helping us. I actually think that he felt sorry for us in a way, because we don't know what we're doing. And he basically sees that the plumber guy screwed us around and, you know, treated us the way that he did. So here's Minnie getting ready to, there she is filling the water hose up. Watch out, there it goes. She's trying to get the hose up into the pipe. The inspector's waiting on us patiently, and believe it or not, that thing actually holds a lot of water. I was really, really shocked how much water was in that pipe and how long it took her to fill it up. I'm actually over in the well waiting for her to tell me to turn the water off, and then here comes our buddy Moab Dennis, and he's going to help Minnie fill the pipe and get it filled up. But the worst isn't here yet, so you can see this is pretty much a typical SWR&C clown act as we sit here and watch this little story unveil. The pipe is now full. The inspector is looking at the pipe, and he actually hears a noise. Minnie gets down there, and she hears a noise. And what we came to find out is that water doesn't actually come out. Air comes out. He is now calling, the inspector's calling the city. And what he told us, he said, look, if you can fix this today, I'll come back and I will inspect it at 4:30 tonight. So We went ahead and did that. 4:30 rolls around. We got our jerry rig setup all up. Here comes the inspector. He's checking it out. We got the thing leaning up against a ladder this time, or tied to the ladder so it won't fall. He sees that it's full of water. He checks the caps to make sure that it's full of pressure. And now he's basically telling me it looks like you fixed everything. Here's where he's telling me, you still got a problem though. You got to wrap all your pipes with insulation. The plumber should have done that. Well, Mr. Plumber guy didn't do that and basically left me and Minnie high and dry. So he's telling us to wrap all the pipes that are visible with insulation and you'll be okay. Now here comes the other inspector, and what he's doing is he's telling us you got a serious problem because you don't have a vent pipe. So they're telling me that the vent pipe has to go all the way out the roof and that I can use a 2-inch pipe to do that with. And they're explaining what the vent pipe's for and where I should install it. So I go ahead and make sure that I get all the information I need to finish this job out, because I'm going to be honest with you, this really turned out to be a learning experience. Here's where we shake hands, make friends. And the inspectors told us straight out, don't think we're the bad guys, we're the good guys. We're here to help. All right, we finally passed inspection and everything looks good. They did tell us to add a vent, which I kind of figured that had to be added. So if you look right there, you can see all the pipe is insulated now. And there's our vent coming out. I was really worried about that vent action, but the inspector said that'll cover everything on the plumbing right here, and it should all be awesomely working pretty good. So there you go, long haul, long day out here in Moab, Utah, trying to get DIY Auto School done and finished. Still got a big job to do. We're not done yet, but one hurdle gone, one down, and many more to go. You got anything to say?
Let's go to Texas.
Get to Texas, go home, relax.
Let's go.
Okay, but this is our home.
Not yet.
Okay. All right, Minnie the body shop girl, look. Minnie the plumber girl. All right, did a good job wrapping them pipes, baby. Good job, thanks. All right, we'll see you on the next venture as my friend Pete builds DIY Auto School, Moab, Utah, SWRNC Homestead, right here, right now, in Moab, Utah. It's gonna be awesome.